Fox News alert on heightened tensions in the Middle East. President Trump says the United States is, quote, locked and loaded against attackers of the Saudi oil facility that was hit, while the commander-in-chief did not specify who he believes was responsible for Saturday's drone attacks on that oil field. U.S. officials previously pointed the finger at the Iranians, who deny the allegations. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis joins me now, senior fellow and military expert at Defense Priorities. Good to see you today. Let's start where Rich Edson just left off, and this idea that now Iran says it will not meet with our officials, including the president. How does that inform us about what needs to happen militarily?
Well, in terms of militarily, I mean, look, we have to recognize what's actually going on here in Saudi Arabia. This is at its heart a continuation of the centuries-long struggle between Shia and Sunni Islam and a direct relation to the proxy war going on down in Yemen between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And look, the bottom line is the United States military is not a proxy force to be used to bail Saudi Arabia out from their bad decisions about going into this war. And look, American interest is not, our security is not at risk here, and we do not need to get into a situation that we could actually get into a war that doesn't even involve us.
You know, I've heard you say that part of the problem for the Saudis is that they've stuck so long in that proxy war with Yemen without a resolution. Do we even know what the end game is there? Because now they're exposed on their border.
Well, I mean, that absolutely gets to the point. There is no end game. I mean, we tried to end this, the Senate did, with a vote to withdraw American support back in March. And I really wish President Trump hadn't have vetoed that, because that could have forced Saudi Arabia to have to get into a negotiated settlement. And this attack may never have happened. And that's what needs to happen right now. Saudi Arabia needs to end this war down there, and it'll lower the tensions. And then they can work on their bilateral issues. But continuing this on right now is just going to lead us to the potential for a regional-wide war that we could get sucked into, and that would be catastrophic.
Well, and would it be getting sucked into, or would it be what Senator Lindsey Graham is saying, getting into it by hitting Iran's refineries?
Well, I say sucked into it by a bad decision, because Senator Graham is just flat out wrong on this. He couldn't be any more wrong, and I respect Senator Graham on several issues, but man, he is wrong on this one.
Why?
Because there's no way that a war could actually improve the situation. If we think the oil situation is put at risk right now, I mean, just imagine how much worse that would be if there was an all-out war. But the most important thing for our security is Iran has unequivocally said if we attack them, they are going to go into all-out war. They will attack our ships in the Gulf. They will attack our bases throughout the region.
Can't we crush them?
That starts a whole war. We probably could, but at what cost? And why would we go to a war that would cause our own ships maybe to get sunk and troops to get killed for no reason? We do not need to get into a war.
Real quickly before I let you go, are you more worried today about Israel than you were yesterday before all of this started happening?
Well, no, I don't think there's anything different there. I mean, Israel's been pretty antagonistic towards Iran and vice versa for a long time, and this is just the next chapter in that long story.
They're always calling for their non-existence. That's why I ask. And ours, too, for that matter. Colonel Davis, thank you. Good to see you
Always
today.
my pleasure.
Thanks for your expertise.